Oh, this boat surfs so well. I can't go on enough about.
Yeah, buddy. Oh, squatch roll.
I tried to squatch roll it. I left a little bit up there. Woo. So I've been 50-50 on this move. I'm going to go crossbow that eddy, initiate into a cartwheel bow, but do a proper screw up on the tail and land in that eddy, preferably crossbow, but oh, that was it. It wasn't as clean on the proper screw up, but I got it.
There you go.
So right away, I'm getting in it. There's very good foot room in here. I can fit in here. I did cut the wall back slightly to kind of where my heels come together a little more, but that feels good. Ooh, man, it's cold. It's still not warmed up out here. That's crazy. I've already been in this once, so I kind of know what to expect. But one thing that you're gonna find out right away for a boat like this, you're gonna find out it's very stable. It's 26.5 inches wide, so it's got good stability. So if you're not like wanting a full slice boat, I think this would be more kind of your realm because of how stable it is. And right now, look at that. The initial stability is pretty good for what it is. You see that? Bow ride's nice and high on it. Stern, I can initiate that stern pretty much anywhere. What's this? One little kick with the stern, I can go bird on that stern pretty easy. And it gets up to speed kind of quickly for its size. 8 foot, it's basically an 8 foot full slice in a way. But yeah, you know what? Enough of the flat water. Let's get on some moving water. You can see how that bow, you can lift that bow quickly. So that rocker's not letting the bow purl up there. You want to stay pretty flat with this thing, but not so flat you're gonna flip. Oh crap, that dude's taking a beating up there. You got a rope? Do you have a rope? After that paddle. That's a member of his crew right there. He's gonna go get it. I'm not leaving him hanging out to dry. There's 5 of them. How you think? What do you think so far?
First time in it so far, freaking awesome. Yeah.
What's your weight, if you don't mind me asking?
It's about 200.
About 200, okay. And you fit comfortable?
Yeah.
Feel comfortable in it?
I've got a hot whip, so I mean, it's
yeah, that's been what a lot of people ask. I was like, dude, I feel very comfortable. I got full-on shoes on in here.
Yeah.
So you see what happens to longer half slices in this hole. This hole is really more for shorter boats. This boat seems to be perfect for this waves like this. Look at this, twinning today.
How's it going?
Oh, your sticker's a different direction.
I want it to be visible right there when you're on the bow.
Yeah, so we're not twinning. Probably get a decent bow stall. It worked. Easy, you got to really come in slow. Oh yeah, get it. The trick to this one's don't give it so much. Get it? Crossbow it! Yeah! Get it, get it. Woo! You see, it's got that wide, flat planing surface. It just hits and goes. give you guys my final thoughts of what I think about this torque. We got. Okay, everybody, here it is. This is the final thoughts on the Liquidlogic torque. So what I'll do, I'll go ahead and start off on the sizing. So I think the sizing is kind of like a big medium as far as sizing. When I sat in it, I had no issues at all in it. I can fit my feet down in here with my kind of booties on. I can't put on creek boots, but I can fit easily with the booties in there, and that was very nice, that option there. The knee height was like not big. It's not, and I think what it is because Liquidlogic does such a big seat, it pushes your knees up, and I moved the seat and thigh braces up just slightly, so I'm a little further up to get a tighter fit in here. It kind of helped with initiating the bow. I also piled it in the middle position, and it was good, but I think being a little farther forward at me around about 190, I think it pretty much was on the money there. I did let my buddy Matt get in it. He's about 150, and he paddled it around a little bit, and he didn't look overly like small for it. I think this actually fits anywhere from 150 to maybe about 250. There is a 100-pound range that I could easily see with this kayak because of the design of it. It's very wide, and it doesn't have a lot of volume, but it's got the volume in the right spots. So the river running is very smooth in this. It's very smooth and quick around the river. Paddles more like a kind of like, I guess, juiced up hot whip, almost like you kind of add a little spice to a hot whip, and it's because of its width back here and its width in the center here. I thought these rails worked extremely well for just all around river running, whether it's getting off rocks, boofing and all that. Really stable. I had no issues. I think they did a really good job on this. It was very predictable going down river. No surprises at all. And it's because this tail stays out of the water. It's funny when I come up next to other half slices or boats kind of in this category, their tails are underwater where mine is floating high and dry out of the water. So what does that tell me? That it doesn't grab and initiate underwater, and it gives me that ability to make moves, actually use the boat and edges the way it was designed, and not let the tail get kind of engaged like a normal full slice does. And sometimes full slices have a mind of their own. I get it. They go left, right, it don't matter. You just go wherever it takes you sometimes. Just hope it works out. With this, I think you'll be in way more control. So on to playability of this thing. It surfs. So we'll right away, one of the best surfing kayaks that Liquidlogic has ever made, in my opinion. It surfs so beautifully. It can front surf, back surf, side surf, 360 spins. These rails are low and they're very smooth, and the bow never purls. The bow will actually stay high and dry and gives you that ability to get back on this rocker right here and steer it, so it just stays on a wave very smoothly. And I found out real quickly that what this thing does, it reacts very like precise to your body mechanics. So if you want to be a little farther forward, you go a little farther forward on it, and it'll get you back on the wave. Or you can kind of lean back a little bit, it drops back on that rocker, you'll get more back on the foam pile. So I really liked how smoothly this thing could transition between the forward and back of the body mechanics of that. All right, so as far as getting it down, what a lot of people ask me, they ask me how hard was the bow to get down. Now, mind you, I can get this bow down in an eddy line. I can bow stall it, I can cartwheel this. I think I've got a good 5 dinger out of it, just banging down some cartwheels. This is a feature boat. And what I mean by a feature boat, pour over ledges, more like a play hole, like a surf hole or something like that, or kind of like maybe some cross currents and some eddy lines, more like a feature. Don't confuse it with a full slice where, you know, we're here on Flatwater and you could just throw down bow stalls, cartwheels and all that. That ain't happening for you. Well, it wasn't happening for me. I'm not saying it's not gonna happen for you, but if you've got a strong enough bow throw down, I think you can get this thing vertical on Flatwater. But me personally, I feel that it was a little hard to get the bow down completely and flat, but when it's in a feature, it goes very predictable and very smooth because it's got volume out right here. And then when it does go, it almost like stays on top of the surface. It'll go down and it lifts up out of the water, and then the tail goes fast, and then you get the bow around. It's very cool the way it cartwheels. I like the way it cartwheeled because when it gets going, it's very rewarding. If that makes any sense, it's just a rewarding feeling when you get a cartwheel going. The tail tail is very spicy on it. You can definitely get that tail down in eddy lines, flat water. I can throw this down almost with no paddle. It is a very thin tail, and they did a good job on that tail and getting it down smoothly on that. Okay, now who would I recommend this boat for? So if you're someone that doesn't want a full-on full slice kayak, you want something a little more river runnish, and you could only have one boat, or you already have like maybe a half slice and you want to get something a little spicier, so you can do some bow initiation and some flat spins. Not me, I don't know any half slices that's flat spin like this thing, that's for sure. I think this will fit a market of paddlers out there that just want to have a fun, spicy, downriver kind of play machine that kind of does it all. It's one of these, no joke, it really can run probably up to class 4. I mean, I take it on easy class 5. I wouldn't recommend you do that, but I could handle this thing on easy class 5, 4+. I think I could do easily on this, and then play, and then be out here on rivers like this and really have a good time playing. Overall, I think Liquidlogic did a really good job. I always try to, when I do these reviews for y'all, I always try to, did the designer or the company, did they accomplish what they wanted out of a boat? Like, there's some things, there's some misses out there and there's some hits out here. Once again, Liquidlogic they've been dropping some fire here lately with that hot whip, RMX, the power slide, the sweet ride, and this. I think that Liquidlogic has been doing really good with their designs and their offerings out there, and they've kind of filled their gap up. So yeah, there it is, everybody. That's all I got today. Hey, I will leave links to where I suggest you going and picking up one of these if you're interested in one of these or some of the other gear that I use in my videos. And if you guys got any questions or comments, if you've paddled this, give me your opinions of this Liquidlogic Torque. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. So yeah, there it is, everybody. That's all I got today on the Liquidlogic Torque 62. See you on the water.